Wow. So he really went there. Apparently, the Vice President of the United States has encouraged Mr. Fuentes to eat shit. And he's on record saying this because he believes that Mr. Fuentes has indirectly attacked the love of his life, right? His wife. So I guess like that means he's not going to get the Groiper endorsement. He just lost his opportunity if he's going to run for president after Donald Trump steps down. I don't think Mr. Fuentes is going to tell the Groipers to vote for J.D. Vance. This actually begs the question, which I know is going to upset a lot of people just because I'm asking it, but please calm down and genuinely answer me this question because I don't know. Like, I'm asking as a person that's not informed, not from a malicious point of view. You see, I only get to see Mr. Fuentes from clips on X. I don't know, like maybe he has some editor where people are doing it for free, but he's got like his bangers, you know, his takes, like 1 or 2 minutes. And he's raising a problem and talking about it. And I get to see those, like I don't watch his actual show. But my question is like, has he ever endorsed a Republican candidate in the last decade or so? Because from my knowledge, like when it was Trump and Kamala, he actually told people to stay at home. When it was Trump and Joe Biden, he didn't endorse Trump then either. And so like at one point you have to ask the question, it's like, well, is he a right-winger? Because I generally don't give a shit how the individual tree thinks, but when the entire forest decides to vote left, we all suffer. So, I think it's a legitimate question, right? Like, Mr. J.D. Vance was probably weighing in. It's like, oh, if I insult Mr. Fuentes, I'm going to lose the Groiper endorsement. Would I have got it anyway? Here's the thing, though. Imagine if Hassan Piker or Vosh would do the same. Like, you have these very popular political commentators and opinion influencers on the left, and every single time you have an election period, they would actually endorse a right-winger or they would tell their people to not go and vote at all. You know, imagine if Hassan Piker would be like, we want to promote accelerationism. So I want the right-wingers to win so that things get so bad that eventually the left gets in power. Like, that would be his tactic. Would you, as a right-winger, view Hassan at that point as an enemy or a useful idiot? They like, this is a genuine question, right? Like, if all these political commentators on the left, whenever, like, push comes to shove and there's an election, and they wouldn't be like, okay, regardless of the differences, like, we need to form ranks and make sure that the right doesn't win. Like, we got a lot of bullshit in our midst, you know, we got AOC going corporate, we got absolute imbeciles and morons, but now it's an election. Now we form the ranks. If they weren't like that, do you think, like, the left would win as often? I don't know. It's just like an observation. Still, regarding this interesting talking point, so a lot of people are blaming Mr. Fuentes for, I guess, like the rise in anti-Semitism and the rise in anti-Indian sentiment. Why wasn't this sentiment against Indians 10 years ago? Did you notice that? I mean, I was on the internet, right? 10 years ago, like, there was a lot of Islamophobia. And actually, Indians were given as a positive example. It's like, well, yeah, but, like, the Indians, they integrate. They don't cause terrorist attacks. There's no rising crime wave where they go. And all of a sudden, that changed. Now, would you say it's Nick Fuentes? Because, like, Nick Fuentes existed back then as well, right? And he exists now, too. I don't think it's Nick Fuentes. I think it's a little bit more complex than that, and the best way to understand it is when you look at how people react to AI. For those of you that aren't in the entertainment industry and don't know what's going on, there is a lot of people, I would say like around 25% of them, that are extremely vocal against AI. To the point where if a video game has any type of AI in it, they will refuse to buy it. They may even go around and harass people that promote that game. They would harass artists that incorporate AI in their works. They're very vicious about anything AI related. Why is that? You know, are they AI phobic? Well, the reason is because they view as the AI is taking over jobs. And they view as the AI is taking over especially artists. And they view that they can't compete with that. Because no matter how well an artist draws, An AI does it faster and consistently. And so these people, they're seeing this and they're aggressive against the AI. Now, let's look at immigration. If you have like a lot of immigration that's coming from India and people start noticing that they can't compete with the Indians, not because they can't make a better product, it's because they can't work for as cheap. Right? And like if you're a person that lives, let's say, in the United States and you have student debt to pay and you have a mortgage and you want to have children and other things, right? And the prices that you live with are the prices in the US. And then you have like someone coming over from another country and they don't have the mortgage, they don't have the same things. They probably, rent a place where they live with 7 or 8 other people so that they save money on that. And they make all the money that they send back at home. How can you compete with that? And this is why people are upset. Like, Nick Fuentes is just saying something that people resonate with. Even if you get rid of Nick Fuentes, you're not getting rid of the problem. The problem is the policy, right? Like, the policy needs to change if you actually want tensions to die down. People aren't upset because they have a nice life, and then they hear someone say something online and they decide, you know what, I'm going to start being hateful tomorrow. No, like, people are having, like, legit grievances. And by the way, you don't necessarily have to stop the H-1B visa workers. Like, if you think you can find a different solution, right? Like, I'm willing to bet, like, all these people who want jobs, like, if you generally manage to get them working, you generally manage to create more industry and you manage to get them in and so that they can work and you allow them to organize their communities as they see fit, then yes, like, the tension is going to go down, of course. But as long as, like, you have unemployment or you have people that go to a job interview and they view that it's not their lack of skill that prevents them from gaining work, but it's because they had the misfortune of being born in the United States, and so they literally cannot work for as low as the immigrants do, you have literally the same problem that you have now with AI, where a lot of people are fuming towards the AI simply because, like, no matter how good they draw, no matter how good they write, they can never do it as fast as the AI. And for as cheap, right? Because, like, again, the AI is free unless you pay the monthly subscription. And so, JD Vance saying, oh, well, Nick Fuentes can eat shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, interesting choice of words during the accusation. But even if Nick Fuentes was to eat shit, you still have, like, the other people that exist. And if you manage to get rid of Nick Fuentes, like, there's going to be someone else that comes after him, and you may not even be able to throw the accusation of controlled opposition around so easily. But anyway, right, I find this hysteria to be absolutely fascinating. As for J.D. Vance himself, I mean, yeah, the man is married to an Indian woman, so obviously there is nothing that people can say or do in order to convince him to have any other stance besides Nick Fuentes should eat shit. I think many people in his position would probably be doing the same, right? Like, as a man, you gotta defend your family. It is what it is. Now, is he going to actually realize that this is a problem and he has to address it somehow? Probably not. Like, the issue is that there is no release valve. This is the problem. Right? Like, most right-wingers were against immigration. And there comes a time when the issue of immigration has to be assessed. Like, America has a limited number of resources and job opportunities. You cannot physically, like realistically, mathematically, you cannot say that the entire planet Earth deserves a spot to work in America. Like, it just can't happen. And the other conversation is about merit. Right? When you say merit, they usually think, oh, the best guy for the job. But let's be honest, as far as I know, no American corporation hires the best man for the job. They hire based on a plethora of reasons, which include how much is the guy asking per month. And it's usually not the best guy for the job. It's usually the guy that does it good enough, does it consistently, and does it the cheapest. And so if you're an American citizen, how can you compete with that? I mean, sure, you can do it good enough, you can do it consistently, but can you do it as cheap as someone from Nigeria? I doubt it. Anyway, right, let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.